All right, let's go. If you're tired of not feeling fit, tired just not having the focus, tired just not having the financial resources that you deserve, this is your place to be. I'm Jason Yarusi, the place you come to break the habits that no longer serve you so you can build the life that truly you desire. So many times we think about our life and we just assume as we get older, we should have aches, we should have pains, we should have other things because, our body's been out there in the elements, right? You see people with cars and you get a new car and it works perfect, most of the time. And as you gradually have it, it starts to break down, it starts to have wear and tear, right? And you have to do repairs, right? We have to do upkeep, we have to do things, change the oil, rotate the tires, right? Get new tires, get new windshield wipers, right? But ourselves, right, we don't take into account the maintenance of our body, right? How to actually prepare our body to continue to get stronger as we get older, right? Because the mindset is that our body is going to break down. But then you see people they're active into their 70s, their 80s, their 90s, right? Because they're active today. So when you think of your process here, why can't you get stronger? Why can't you grow older in a great way instead of just saying, well, I'm going to break down? And this goes for someone in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s. Like you think like you have time and you do, but why put your body in a state of destruction just to have to pull it out of the realms? And if you're there now, right? If you're on a part here where you're not happy, you're overweight, you're tired, you're sluggish, right? Well, now's a great time to start, right? It's great to get out there. So I got 7 things today. 7 things that you can do that are going to keep you strong and get you stronger, both mentally and physically. But before you do that, if you want to know just where am I starting right now, go over to jasonyarusi.com. There's a free assessment there. You can take that assessment. You just enter a few questions. It's super easy. We've made it to a part that you can just go through there and say, okay, here's my starting line. Here's where I stand today. But let's get started here. So number 1 is just resistance training. It's very easy here, but most of the time when you get these aches and pains, you get something where you open the car door wrong or you grab something incorrectly, right? Or you bend down, right? And we want to have constant resistance on our muscles. So with my exercises, I will add bands. And you can do bands exercises where you can buy a series of bands off Amazon. They give you like 18 or 20 bucks. We'll give you 4 different basically resistance strengths, right? So assumable weights that you can use either by themselves, right, to do movements with, or you can add them. I like to take a kettlebell and do kettlebell swings, and I add the band around my legs and wrap it around my legs and around the kettlebell, so it gives extra resistance to that movement. So what it does is, it's many times when you do movements, there's a certain point where the tension resides, right? There's where the tension is not as max peace. But when you add these bands in, it adds constant resistance for your muscles. So there's constant push and pull. Next, number 2 is adding weight over time. One of the things that I didn't do for a long time is track it. I still have a hard time today of just tracking my weight because I do a lot of functional activities, but you need to track it, right? If you're just walking in and, you go very happenstance and today you just grab a couple weights and, do some rows, then you go over and you pick up and you do some curls, and then you go, grab one dumbbell and you just do some, some squats, some Zercher squats. And then that part, you're just kind of picking things out of random, right? Well, you don't know how you're progressing, right? So the next time you go and you try to do those same weights, you say, well, did I use 15 pounds? Did I use 30 pounds? What did I use, right? So you're not giving your body a progressive load to build it in time. So you have to start tracking what you're doing, having a routine, having a progress, right? This is your body for the future. This is you for the rest of your life. So why not give it attention? It doesn't take much. You get a quick notebook, put in your phone, put in your notes. There's plenty of apps out there. You can do this today where you start just building upon it. Say, oh, wow. Last time I was doing kettlebell swings with a 24-pound kettlebell, and today I'm using a 35. Whoa. Look how I've grown on that. Because last time with the 24, I could do 12 reps. And today with the 35, I could do 7 reps, right? Now I'm building up. Then you get up to 10 reps with the 35 and you move up to a 44 and you get 7 reps, right? And you start building yourself over time and you start showing the momentum of how you grow. Next, number 3, people go, what would you tell your younger self? I would say stretch more. And that goes into everything right now. Most of my weakest moments, which are my front squats, are just lack of really flexibility within my elbows, within my triceps, within my back, right? I can't touch my hand to my shoulder, right? Which Usually most people can, right? But I am limited on my flexibility there. So a lot of those exercises put a ton of strain on different body parts, right? So I'm trying to do a front squat. I'm basically holding it with my fingers and my wrist, right? All that sort of tension, and which breathes my elbow because I'm not actually able to get it onto the load of basically the rack position on the front of my shoulders, right? Well, where does that come in? I need to be flexible. So I'm doing a lot of stretches here that I'm trying to stretch out my triceps, trying to stretch out my wrist, trying to go and hang to stretch out my back, right? But it also keeps me limber over time. Most of your inability that aches and pains is because your body becomes less limber over time. So taking 5 minutes each day, right? I do 5 minutes of abs, I do 5 minutes of stretching, right? Take a quick 5 minutes where you can go through a pattern of stretching and mobility and flexibility, and just it allows you to improve your joint plane. And if you want to use this as a workout, you can do certain things like yoga, right? You get a yoga workout in for 10 or 15 minutes. There's some ones that can really strain your body in a way that just add great appeal, but also keep you flexible. Number 4 is eating habits. I like to eat on a pattern where I don't break the mold. Like, you think of this, like, if you put your body through just say max exhaustion at all points, right? It has a negative effect, but it also goes on eating. If your eating is all over the place, sometimes you're eating eggs and bacon for breakfast. Sometimes you're eating Fruity Pebbles. You go to lunch, and maybe at lunch, you have an ice cream, right? Or some days you have a salad, right? And then at nighttime you do this and that. Your body just doesn't know how to react, right? You have all these different things coming in there. It's like you're putting all different kind of gasoline into your car, right? And the car's like, what am I doing with this one, right? It's trying to figure out what your body's doing the same thing with the energy you're putting in. So I'd like to eat in a uniform pattern that can build to me, right, going forward. Now, I'm not saying don't enjoy life. You can have moments, but it can't be each and every day that there's just chaos in your diet. Get control of the food you're putting in your body. Use it, right? Enjoy food, right? Allow it to be an experience. But understand that ultimately your body is being fueled by this source of fuel, right? The food you're putting into your body. Number 5 is proper rest. And this goes down to it. I work out every day, but I try to really focus on my sleep. All I've been doing in the last few weeks is just thinking about my sleep, changing pillows, changing weighted blankets, going and changing temperatures in the room, looking, changing, switching the mattress, going and putting a box spring, doing different things just to understand what is giving me the most rest at nighttime. So I can recover each day, because I'm putting a lot of stress, a lot of strain, both mentally and physically each day. So I need to use the time that I am resting to actually be restful. So ask yourself, if your sleeping environment is out of context, if you have a lot of lights, you have a lot of things, you have a lot of disturbances, a lot of noises, right? What can you do, right? I put an eye mask on, right? There's certain other things that you can do to just calm the environment so you can be rested. So when you wake up, right, instead of waking up and just having such a hard time getting out of bed, you can actually get up, get moving, get yourself on to your next thing so you can go out there and crush the day. Number 6, and this is my favorite one, is functional fitness. If you do not, please do this one thing. If you take one thing away from today, go buy a kettlebell. It has been the greatest life changer for me of buying a kettlebell. And, if you don't know which weight to pick, I would pick something between 24 and 35 pounds. You can get a massive workout, right? There's, there's 12s, there's 15s, maybe if you're a lady, you pick a 15 or a 24. If you're a guy, you pick a 35 or a 44. But if you've never had a kettlebell workout before, pick a weight that could sound light, right? Like, 35 pounds, I could do much more than that. Yes, but you don't know the movements. You don't know the process, because you can do everything. That's a full functional workout. Because what kettlebell does is you can replicate a lot of things you're doing, right? So picking things up, right? Going to the motion, doing cleans, doing snatches, right? Doing push presses, doing jerks, right? Doing all different movements, doing a lot of different functional movements that build your body, that it becomes a pendulum. It's able to react both in a positive manner and a negative manner because of the rotation and the swing of the bell. So if there's anything I do today, actually go out there. And there's some great sites that you can go on that you can look, even YouTube videos, just looking at kettlebell form. Just get down the swing to start, because if you just do the kettlebell swing and do it properly, and that's all you do, I promise you, do a kettlebell swing for 3 months, and then absolutely go back and try it. If you say you deadlift, you can deadlift 125 pounds. If you do a kettlebell swing properly for 3 months, I guarantee you're going to increase your strength on that deadlift 20% easy all day long. Promise you. That's just a guarantee, because of just the way your body incorporates these motions. And number 7, the last, is growth mindset. I took my 10-year-old running with me the other day, and we're a mile or so in, and he's starting to have doubts, right? And he's starting to get tired in other parts. And I was working through the evolution of the mind with him and just explaining to him, right now, your body can keep going. However, your mind has decided that it's a good time to stop because we're running a fine pace. You're not out of breath, but your mental capacity is trying to limit what your body can do today, because your body can keep going. Your body has all the energy in the world. You're 10 years old. You can keep going for probably more miles than I can at this point, but your mind is trying to limit you. And so many times in life, our mind is going to stop us, right? Because we're living in this state of, do or die, right? Where it's just, let's say saber-tooth tiger is going to come eat us, right? We're always living in that mentality where life is trying to stop us at all parts. And what you have to understand is that you've gotten this far because you've pushed through. And in terms of workout, of fitness, there's going to be so many times where your mind just says, stop, just do one more rep. Each time your mind stops, just do one more rep. It doesn't build massive progress overnight, but over time, you will become so much mentally stronger because you've told your mind, I can do more. I absolutely can do more. And when you do that, that pushes you forward in every part of your life. It pushes you forward in every sequence, in every scenario, in every surrounding, because when things get tough, you don't run away. You say, I got one more in me. If you do that, not only will you become a better person, become a stronger person, you'll become a more beneficial person to this world. And that's what we need in the Live 100 program. All right, that's what I got today. If you can do anything, go down and leave us honest ratings review. That's 7 things that you can do and should start doing today to get stronger. All right, let's do this.